Hey Patricia, so I see you went with the boot idea. So the issue isn't that it's not a good logo, because I think that you did a very nice job on simplifying it. The issue was that of the concepts that you showed me, they were all pretty much the same. So I think that you did a nice job with what you did to the logo, so we'll get to that in just a second. But since you didn't give me any other concepts, basically what I see is that you had one idea that you repeated and you weren't able to branch out from that idea. So you are going to lose some points for that, for not giving me any other concepts other than pretty much showing me 5 different variations on the boot idea, which there were some issues with, and you know, I told you about that and everything. So I don't think you really listened to anything that I told you in the video before. So again, you are going to lose some points for that. But that aside, if you want to continue with this logo, I think that you did a good job of simplifying it, but there are still some issues with it. Like, there is quite a bit of detail to it. If this was going to be reproduced on like somebody's shirt or embroidered, you know, like on a patch or something like that, there's a lot of intricate line work in here and a lot of detail that I would really try and simplify these into more solid shapes as opposed to the line work that you have here. So maybe fill in like this area here and here and here, right here with solid black, and then just have this shape on top of it. You may want to look into maybe doing these shapes here with solid color. So just try and simplify it into less fine details like you have with the line work here, because all of that, it looks good how you have it here, but depending on where you're going to use it on the clothes, you're going to run into some issues, which is why when you do a logo, it's good to have it as simple as possible. As far as the type goes, it's not too bad. I think that you picked a font that works pretty well. Watch out for the kerning. Like if you look very closely, the space between the individual letters. You may have to play with that a little bit to even it out just a little. And as far as, let's see, what else? See, I think this one looks good down here. So with the solid shapes that you have here, I would make this one look a little bit more like this one. How this one doesn't really have the line work. Where you have the lines, it's actually not there, as opposed to this one here that has the individual lines on it. Or I guess it's the same way, but the black one works a little bit better. So I think you did a good job of simplifying it. Again, I really wanted to see more variations from you. So I think that's going to be your downfall, is that you went with one idea and you stuck with it, as opposed to showing me that you could come up with several different concepts. And whether it's me or whether it's a client, that is going to be a challenge of don't always go with one idea and get stuck in that mindset of going with that idea. You really need to make sure that you don't ever grow attached to an idea, and then you can branch out and do several different ideas and present a lot of different options to the client as opposed to one idea. Another thing, unfortunately, that you're going to lose points for is you really got to watch your naming convention, because that's extremely important, especially when we start getting several file names over here. So you got to make sure that you do exactly as it's supposed to be. So if it's phase 2, it's going to be P2 underscore last name underscore first name. So you are going to lose points for that. Also, extremely important. Please watch that in the future, because it's, you know, something stupid that unfortunately is a lot of points that you're going to lose for that, but it's very important that everybody follows that. So as long as you're this far, I'd say go ahead and go with this. That's fine. We'll see how it works out in phase 4 when you actually put it onto the product itself, onto the clothing and everything, and we'll see how it looks there. As far as everything else, just try and simplify it and get rid of some of these lines and everything, and do more solid shapes with it. All right.